Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I am Noctair, your host. If you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Help us build it up. I appreciate all the subs and all the great comments. So I've had a couple of requests for a review on some more diamond bases. I thought, well, it's been a little while since we did a just diamond base video, although, they're all over in the other replays too, but let's focus on just some really good replays against diamond bases here at Builder Hall 8 with max defenses and near max or even max walls, like this one. This, as far as I can tell, is a fully maxed Builder Hall 8 base, even the walls. Now, since we're doing a Drop Mitch, which is more of an air attack, walls aren't all that important, because obviously most of what we're going to do is going to be above the walls. But this comes down runbook style. We take out the buildings around the outside with beta minions. Don't use too many. 4 or 5 is more than enough, especially since there's not a whole lot of anything that can defend against them around that outer perimeter, because first a long shot, and then I don't think there was anything really ranged far enough to get to them. That one archer tower at the bottom isn't enough. So, but after those are down, we've got the Night Witches coming in the top. They're going to use that nice long run into the base. This is a high risk, high reward attack, and the reason I say that, we run it to the run book, and it's a great attack. Works very well. Works well a lot of times against these diamond bases. I wouldn't use it against a box base or a bracket base. But why it's a high risk, high reward kind of attack is because this particular one, the Builder Hall is at the bottom of the base, and that long run up to the base is at the top. So Sajet is coming down from the top at this one, and there's a lot of buildings to chew through before you get to that Builder Hall. Most cases, it's going to work fine because you've got the strength, you've got the right layout, you've got the right troops. It's going to go. But sometimes it just takes one thing to go wrong. I mean, like a mega mine that just happens to be placed in the path of the Night Witches, or who knows what. That can take what could be a 2 or 3 star and transform it into a 0 or 1 star. And it doesn't happen in this case, obviously. We got a really nice 3 star against a fully maxed base from Sajed. Here is another, and this one, Hater's going to come down from the top, just like we saw with Sajet, but he's not going to take out the buildings first. Instead, he's going to take out some stuff in the middle top with the Night Witch's bats, and then hit some of those side buildings with his beta minions and bring in the drop ships. Works exactly the same. It's a little bit lower risk on this one because, again, the Builder Hall's up at the top along that long run, and drop ships go in. The bats are going in and distracting. We've got plenty of beta minions, plenty of bats. They take everything down pretty fast and pretty tidy. Getting that roaster out of the way, very important to get the roaster early on, because you don't want him to take out your beta minions. You want as many beta minions to last as long as you can. Most of everything else that remains at that point is going to be a point defense. Point defenses against these mass swarm attacks, they just don't stand a chance. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Because point defense is going to take down one thing at a time. And if they focus in on the bats, which is what usually happens in a well-done Drop Mitch, they're never going to get to anything of any real import, especially since the Night Witches are constantly generating more bats. Here we are at the end of the attack. We've still got a few Night Witches up, beta minions, and plenty of bats. It just goes over and hits fast to that 100% 3 star. Moist Succulent coming in with a Bombarian Cart. I tell you, I love watching these guys run these Rage Barbarian attacks, the ones who are really good at it. Their timing is fantastic. Me, I do not have this kind of timing with a Rage Barbarian. Try as I might, I just cannot seem to get the hang of it. But Bombarian Carts, you use your Rage Barbarians, take down a couple of those outer buildings and start distracting the defenses while you send in your bombers to break down the walls. And what do I always say about those walls and the bombers? Bombers are there to disrupt the pathing of the base. You can see a nice offensive line forming up here with Rage Barbarians in the front. You got your battle machine taking out a few things along the way. Going to spend a little bit of time on that giant cannon. Boom, there it goes. Cannon carts in that nice protected space in the back. They're able to just work their way right on up to the base. Take out a little bit of this, a little bit of that from behind the Rage Barbarians and the battle machine, until finally we come down to just the last few buildings left. And unfortunately, we lose the battle machine, but that last cannon cart is gone, and now there's nothing that can hit a ranged attacker. It's simply a matter of time. We'll speed it up, take a little less time to work through these last 30 seconds. The Canon Carts are going to take out every one of those last buildings and give us yet another 3-star 100% win. Another Bombarian Cart here on the next one. Get out of that. There we go. This is a kind of a box style diamond base, and I got a couple of these in here. Hayden hitting Athena goes pretty doggone good. What do you know? Maybe another 3-star? Yeah, I think so. And very straightforward Bombarian Cart. Go in and take out some of those outside buildings, getting them out of the way so that you can send in your bombers to break down the walls. Once the walls are down, you can literally flood the center of the base and just keep every defense moving all over the place. Nothing can really do any significant damage. In come the Cannon Carts from behind, working in the protected space as we discussed. You can see the formation of the offensive line. It's going to sweep right through the base. We still have some walls in the middle to deal with, and that's a little bit of a problem, but it's not a big problem. Giant Cannon goes down to the Rage Barbarians, and I think the Battle Machine might have got a hit in there. Battle Machine and Rage Barbarians working on that Roaster. Like I said, Roaster is a problem for these swarm attacks. If he locks on to your Rage Barbarians, one shot can take a bunch of them out because they just sweep right through them. But in the end, we get everything down. We still got the Battle Machine sticking around, a couple of Cannon Carts, and even some Bombers and Barbarians to work their way around to those last couple buildings and take them down for the 3-star win. Now, if you're watching this one closely, you saw the positioning of the Mega Mines. One at either top corner and then one in the middle there at the apex of the base of the top apron. That's what I'm talking about, positioning of your hidden defenses and what they can do. Now, let's take a look at this one. This one's really boxy. It is still a diamond base though, so we'll keep it with the diamonds. I like to run Jicard against this base and similar bases because the Boxer Giants can break through and there's really not a whole lot to attack them when they're doing that. But in this case, we've got Ditya running a standard GiBoCC. Uses those bombers to break down the wall. Once the wall is gone, it's just a natural formation. Everything lines right up. Boxer Giants form up that defense of the Cannon Carts. Gives you that nice long offensive line. You can sweep straight up through the base. Kind of coming along the right-hand side here and looping in. Battle Machine is going to spend some time over on the left working on the storages. By doing this, you don't get your troops hung up on something where they're going to end up getting shot for a while they're taking it down. That's the problem with the high hit point buildings like the storages. It takes a long time to chew through them, even for a ranged attacker. And in this case, there really isn't a whole lot left to defend the base. Yeah, we got 40 seconds left and, you know, only one Cannon Cart and the Battle Machine. But the point is, because the bulk of the defenses were right there in the middle of the box, and most of the junk buildings were on the outside in an area where we're not even really working, you're able to get through, just barrel through most of those big defenses. That's what makes these Cannon Cart attacks work so well. If you can get those big defenses gone and get them gone fast, then your Battle Machine, several of the Cannon Carts, whatever, it's going to survive to the end of the attack, and that's all you need to be able to pull off the high 2 or even the 3-star that you see in this particular case. So, next replay. Boom. And this will be the last one. It is another Drop Mitch. I remember I've talked before about Drop Mitch and how you like that nice long run up, and you could go from the bottom of this base and make it a high risk, high reward kind of scenario. But Sajed takes a look at the base and decides to come from the top. Standard run book, get rid of those buildings around the outside. We don't want anything that's going to distract any of our troops and pull them off of the course we want them to go. Night Witches come in at the top. There's nothing that can hit them up there. Their range is far enough that they're able to work on the top wall of the apron and bring a hole through it so that they can walk right straight down. And because there's nothing left around the outside of this base, they're going to do the same thing at the apex of the hub of the base. And there they go. They target it, and so does the Battle Machine. So dropships are tanking. The bats are doing their job, both distracting as well as taking things down. Beta minions are in there absolutely rocking it, taking down all kinds of buildings, including that Mega Tesla just went down. And finally, boom, down goes the giant cannon. At this point, the only thing left that could cause any problems for our battle machine is the two crushers. They're gone. We're in really good shape. 1, 2, 3, 4 Night Witches. So our Night Witches are still all up. They're throwing more bats and hitting it with their fireballs. We got beta minions left. This is just a great place to be in an attack like this. And again, we're talking max defenses, almost max walls. I think we got what, 4 level 7 walls down at the bottom there. So this kind of an attack strategy works well both in the kind of mixed ranges, if you will, in 3,000, 4,000, as well as when you start getting into the higher 4,000s and even into the 5,000s, dealing with these max defenses and even fully max bases, as we saw on the very first attack. Love this attack strategy against these diamonds. Just takes a little bit of time to kind of master the timing and kind of work through it. But it works well. Works well. Another 3-star win for Sajed. So there you guys have it. There's a bunch of more replays, all of them on different diamond bases. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comments, questions down below. Thanks for a lot for sticking around to the end. Y'all take care and keep on clashing. Bye-bye.